Did you have time to look through all Chris's notes for today? Are you prepared?
Completely.
I'm just starting the third document.
You're welcome. Sorry for sending it at 8:02 this morning.
Here's something I should have sent you guys a week ago.
Yep.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, man.
Hey, guys.
How was everybody's summer? How was it?
Yeah, it's still happening.
Yeah, don't say it's over.
I mean, kids still in camp? Are they in camp? Were they in camp?
No, Camp Courtney.
Camp Courtney.
They were
Is
in
that
Camp
over?
Courtney this year. Oh, Camp Courtney's been over since like the 4th of friggin' July, I think. We're going to waterpark in the Poconos tomorrow.
You're in Kalahari, right?
Yeah. So I'll update you
Let me know.
on Monday, Tuesday.
I've heard
I'll do a
awesome things.
real quick count of how many Band-Aids are floating in the lazy river. Not a sponsor, by the way. Could be Kalahari if you're listening, but not a sponsor right now.
We're
Not
in your
yet.
market. We're very close.
Yeah. So we're excited for that.
Awesome.
Indoor, outdoor water park.
How long are you going for?
As long as we can stand it. About 2.5 days. That's the schedule. And then hit some waterfalls on the way home.
Nice.
So do some type of hiking and get the children agitated for a nice Sunday drive home. We had to walk. Oh, God. It's so humid here.
How far is that ride for you guys?
It's only about 90 minutes.
That's it?
Mhm.
I don't know why I think you are like South Jersey and then to the west.
No.
Central
No.
Jersey and west.
Yeah.
Pretty straight west from where I live,
Yep.
I think, right?
Dead west from Hamilton.
I got to start looking at more maps, maybe. Yeah.
Better.
Yeah. You were just in my backyard
I know.
a few weeks ago.
Thought I was.
Does that map not go west enough?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, there we are.
There you go.
And Andrew was at a brewery, not 7 miles from the house. Does he call? Does he text? Does he do any of that?
I didn't want to bother you.
Oh,
Sunday.
bother. Yeah.
Yeah, come
Are you
drink
that
beer.
close to?
What a bother.
Are you that close to Warwick?
Yeah, like 10 minutes.
Damn.
You went to Warwick Farm Brewery? Is that what it's
Yeah.
called? How
It's
was
pretty
it?
cool.
I heard it's pretty great.
Yeah. It's a good spot.
Good hang.
How about you, Brian? How's your summer?
Oh, okay. We did a few things, but it was pretty low key overall. We're ready for, I think we're kind of back in fall mode now, almost ready to get this kid back to school so he can leave me the heck alone. Definitely gotta just need him to have something else to do other than talk to me all the time.
Have the other parents reached out to you to find out if Adam is in their child's class?
Not yet. I don't think we.
Oh, you don't get that info?
Assignments yet.
Yeah, we haven't gotten that either. I don't know what they're waiting for.
My wife is tripping about it. She's like, I gotta buy stuff. I'm like, okay, it's like fucking pencils and paper.
Sure. No, we received that info very early in August and where everybody was going and who their teacher was going to be. So then the panic ensued as to, who was going to be in whose class. So that was a nice dramatic 3 days.
No Vacancy is the self-storage podcast that pulls back the roll-up door on the industry's most outrageous stories, toughest challenges, and unexpected laughs. Hosted by the team at Access Self Storage, each episode brings together real operators, sharp marketers, and off-the-wall personalities to talk about what really goes on behind the gate code. From crazy tenant tales to hard-won lessons in customer service, it's raw, unfiltered, and a little irreverent, just like life in storage.
So when we say fundamentals, we've got our leadership team developed 29 beliefs or core values that were important to us as a company and as a whole, both inside the company and externally. However we lead our lives within the company and with our families, our friends, our neighbors. We just thought it'd be important. We just thought that it was important to really put something down on paper where we led with empathy and understanding, just a different perspective on how to do business.
Yeah.
So that's what led to these 29 fundamentals. And I think they're terrific. I always say that these fundamentals affect me more outside of work than in work. They really help me work through a lot of different things with family, with raising children, with making decisions. And I think it just organically has has flowed through the company with some assistance through our very engaged managers and employees. It's just been a really nice way to kind of shape how we do things and making decisions for the future.
Yeah. And I think we've done a very good job of, so all 29 fundamentals are all kind of, they're all related and intertwined some way or another, but
Sure.
they kind of share, some of them share similar characteristics.
There you go. That's right.
So we created kind of topics. One is help at every step, which is also our company slogan. Find a way, do the right thing, and learn. And underneath each of those four, kind of the other, all the 29 kind of filter into what makes sense best for them. But, and then I think also having our employees, like you said, how engaged they are. And we have, so this goes on for 29 weeks, we have employees write something about a fundamental that's assigned to them.
That's right.
It's out there for the whole company, and they can read. And some of them are personal, some of them are professional. But it helps, like you said, to keep everybody engaged and make sure that everybody understands each one, and really helps us as a company follow these fundamentals, which I think, and I agree with you, have become so important for Access over the past 7 or 8 years since starting that.
Yeah, I think slowly but surely our employees and we as a whole start really understanding each other when these fundamentals roll around. So you mentioned earlier that every week an employee takes a fundamental, writes about it, writes how it affects them and how they feel about it, whether it be personally, professionally, both, whatever their feeling is about that fundamental. And the entire company reads it. And then a follow-up to that fundamental is kind of a situational question where if you were in the situation, how would you use this particular fundamental of the week to get through that situation? I think it's been really strong. Every week we start every meeting that we're in with the fundamental of the week. And we give time for people to talk about that fundamental and, see it in action, which has been really, really important.
And that sample that is sent out weekly, that's done, we do that through email, which is basically a multiple choice where it puts, like you said, the employee in a situation, has 4 choices, and we keep an eye on who's engaging, how many answers we're getting, how many people are getting the right answers, how many people are not getting the right answers, and may need to, maybe we need to follow up with them a little bit just to see if there's maybe a barrier for understanding or whatever that may be. But starting this 8 years ago, and the amount of steam it continues to roll with is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, I think it leads to good engagement. And now, at the same time, fundamentals are our ideals, which we strive towards. So having these 29 fundamentals and then finding a balance where, okay, we want to try this particular idea, and we talk about it at the home office, and we try to figure it out as best we can, smooth over all the edges, and then ultimately send it out to the field and say, well, what do you think about this? Here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get reminded that, well, does that really jive with our fundamentals? Does that really sync up with our fundamentals? So sometimes when in the self-storage business, when we are thinking about increasing some prices or increasing rates or changing a policy, we really try to think about, is that the right thing to do?
Yeah.
Is this really in everyone's best interests? So using them as a guide can both be a good thing, but also can make you think twice about how your decisions affect everybody.
Yeah. In an industry now that's getting more and more competition, a differentiator for us is really the customer service end of this. And these were designed with our employees in mind and how they deal with customers, and wanting to This is anything from be helpful and kind to create great impressions, and then you get to a portion of this that's make everything fun, work-life balance, like making sure that everybody's kind of on the same page with the philosophy here. And I think that's why we have such a great score when it comes to reviews. And we had mentioned, I don't know if we mentioned this on an episode, but our net promoter score of plus 75 is world class. And I think that in large part has to do with these fundamentals that have been kind of ingrained in everybody.
Yeah.
For as long as we've had them. I
agree. It really helps us gain a different perspective. So what I'd like to do, if it's all right with you guys, is kind of roll through the fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
Just mention actually what they are. They may seem simple and a non-starter for you, but I think that everybody could really use these. Every company could really use a set of fundamentals to get everybody on the same page as to what you actually believe. So here we go. Do the right thing always. Deliver legendary service. Be helpful and kind. Be reliable. Be a fanatic about response time. Find a way. So those first 6, I mean, if they don't tell people how we feel about customers, I don't know what will. It's a great ethos to get your employees engaged and trained in maybe the softer skills. You know, we all want people who know how to close deals and rent storage units and, increase our bottom line. But the soft skills to do that can really be big differentiators in any business. But since we're really commoditized these days, we believe that it really helps us at Access differentiate ourselves from all of the competition that we have.
Yeah, I agree. We'll be right back. Now back to the show.
All right. So we go from there. Be proud of your work. Create win-win solutions. Be vigilant about safety. Practice blameless problem solving. Listen generously and speak straight. I mean, some of these can be difficult for a lot of the people. Listening generously when you have a customer who wants to be heard, I feel like the best thing you can do is show the customer that you're listening. They're already there. They're already engaged with you. They're coming to you for a reason. I imagine most of the time it's not the greatest reason, and they're looking for your assistance. So listening generously, to me, kind of takes the steam out of the situation a little bit. Engaging with questions, with follow-up questions, I think that matters a lot when you try to listen generously, because they want you to understand their situation. That's really, I think, the best way to do that. And the fundamental right after that I mentioned, speak straight, that could be hard to do, because a lot of times I think you really want to tell people what you think they want to hear.
Right.
But that doesn't always solve the problem, or reveal the actual truth of the matter. So getting people to understand what speaking straight really means and giving them examples, concrete examples, is a big thing for us.
I think that's a tough one internally too. When we have our operations meetings or when we're calling each other to talk about certain things, that ability to
just say it.
Exactly.
Yeah, just say what you mean.
Not the easiest thing to do all the time, but
yeah. I like both of those two, the last two that you just referenced, Chris, listen generously and speak straight. And I think of them a lot relative to our sales training in particular, what we're encouraging, how we're encouraging our frontline employees to engage with the customers during that sales interaction, especially listen generously. The point that we try to make there is not just to, spout out all the things that are on our checklist for you to be scored appropriately, but it's about building a real connection with the customer. And the best way to do that is to listen with the intention of understanding what their needs are, what situation they're experiencing, and what situation they are experiencing that brings them to need storage in the first place, and acknowledge those situations, right? We teach people not to just gloss over the uncomfortable reason that the customer may be using storage, but sit there with them for a moment and empathize, which is another one of our fundamentals later down the road, empathize. And, just really build that bridge with them and gain that trust, and then speak straight. I think in the same interaction there, you mentioned, maybe wanting to navigate through a disagreement or conflict with that one. But I think we can also use it early on in our relationship with a customer or potential customer in order to prevent future issues, right? If we, from the first moments, set expectations with them, we speak very plainly and clearly about appropriate uses for the storage unit, what rules we have, how to avoid future issues. And you can do it in a polite and friendly way and not make it all seem doom and gloom to a new customer coming in. But it's important to not beat around the bush, so to speak, there, and just say, hey, if you don't pay for this amount of time, here's what's going to happen.
Right. Yeah.
And you could say it nice and friendly and keep it moving forward. But yeah, I definitely think that both of those fundamentals apply really well in those early customer interaction situations.
Time for a short pause, but don't go far.
And we're back. We're going to, I think Labor Day is the 50th anniversary of Jaws.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the beaches are putting Jaws on the big screen on the beach.
What a great idea.
Yeah. The weekend after Labor Day.
Yeah.
So we're going to see that. So I think this will be the last summer that any of my kids get in the ocean because at the end of the summer, we're just marking it with the exclamation point of Roy Scheider and his, flammable fire extinguisher. But I'm looking forward to it. They haven't been traumatized enough for my liking so far in their life. So
They've had it real soft and
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, we're gonna do something to it this weekend.
Did you see that link I sent you on Instagram for the Iron and Wine and Ben Bridwell covering Kendrick Lamar?
Yes, that was really good. I didn't know who they were though. I had heard of Iron and Wine before.
Oh, I thought Iron and Wine would be right.
Yeah, they're yeah, you're right. They're on the outskirts of the wheelhouse.
Ben Bridwell's the guy from Band of Horses.
Well, people have told me to listen to them who know what I like.
Yeah, I get you. It's one of those things.
I guess they just don't know what I like enough.
Because you don't actually like it, or you just are like, I'm not listening to that because somebody told me to.
Because I don't actually. Band of Horses sometimes.
Okay, fair enough. I have this weird opposition. Like, it's like what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I don't know. Somebody will tell me like, oh, you got to check this band out. I'm
Do I really?
I don't think I do.
What if somebody sends you a link to a song, YouTube or something like that?
Probably give it a play.
Okay.
If they make it easy.
Good. Because I think I've done that, so I wanted to verify. My contribution. No, that I always enjoy new music. If somebody's going to send me new music, they're a good person. So might as well listen to it. You got iced coffee there or Coke?
Cold brew. Black cold brew again. Just trying to get my, trying to get myself back to earth.
Any Celsiuses this morning? Celsiuses?
Celsius is...
No, I had a Monster.
Celsius.
Monster.
I had a Monster, yeah. But prior to that, I had a cup of coffee at home and started the day with a spill. Into my left boob. So this could be the last wearing of this shirt.
You're all jacked up.
Yeah, I know you can tell.
Good thing our listeners can hear that mess on your t-shirt.
That's right. Yeah, I'm glad I said something. Nothing like a good visual joke.
So the next group of 6 fundamentals are be relentless about improvement, get clear on expectations, think team first, show meaningful appreciation, empathize, and create a great impression.
I'd like to explore why I'm so bad at showing meaningful appreciation.
It is. That's a challenging one. What makes it meaningful?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, everybody's definition of that is personal and their own. I have been very pleasantly surprised at when a thank you or a quick email saying, hey, that was really well done. I really appreciate it. That little simple thing that people may think is stupid or worthless, it really seems to go a long way.
Packs a lot of power.
It does.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, most people just want acknowledgement for a job well done. And a quick note, it really goes a long way. Not everybody's looking for a gift card or, to be incentivized.
Right. Or like, publicly acknowledged. I mean,
Right. It's just looking to be appreciated.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't have to be some grand scale. It can just be just taking the 2 seconds to say, hey, I recognize that you kind of nailed that. Great job. I do think that's important.
Yeah, I think it is too. And I think people can really be cynical. And I can be very cynical, and just to kind of step out of that and really show somebody how much they mean to you, in a quick, meaningful way, really helps out, everyone.
I agree, though. It does feel for me as at times too, like like something I feel terrible at it at times,
Yeah.
and I think I'm pretty comfortable with our coworkers and people around me, and being willing to say
Mm-hmm.
especially if they helped you directly, right, and you genuinely appreciate it, then great. That one's maybe easy, but maybe as a observer, kind of on the side, as a supervisor or whatever, it's probably really important to take a moment to just send that message. Or just say it face to face in the moment,
Yeah.
The other one of these, that this group of 6 that jumps out at me is, well, we were just talking about that initial sales interaction. So I think create a great impression obviously is key for our business. It's huge. Whether it's the impression of the physical appearance of the property, whether it's just the way you engage with someone and the impression that you make personally with how you communicate, how open and you are to listening and understanding what their needs and problems are. I think both of those go really far with creating an impression, a great impression. And I think it goes hand in hand with the other one that jumped out to me is be relentless about improvement. I think it's easy in storage to fall into the routine, right? A lot of times at the properties you have your daily work that is routine and is going to be the same every day, but remembering to step back from that and just saying, hey, what can we improve?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a process or something about the physical appearance of the property or a maintenance thing that needs an upgrade, right? We've talked a lot about in the past, kind of trying to review your whole process and from the customer standpoint, right? Put yourself in their shoes, be the new customer for the first time coming through and see, hey, is there anything in this road that they're traveling on to rent a storage unit with us that sucks, right? That needs improvement.
Yeah.
That's the one I was going to say was be relentless about improvement from a marketing standpoint. And we spoke about this before. This industry is still pretty far behind from like a technology standpoint. So being able to step outside of that box that this industry is kind of painted and everybody's still inside and operating from within, to looking into different things that could help you from a, like you said, process standpoint. And, we had mentioned Swivel, I think, on the first episode and how they've helped with a few different things, online rentals when that came on in 2018, 19,
Mm-hmm.
we were one of the first ones to do that. And when the pandemic hit, we had a pretty easy transition.
We had an advantage.
Yeah. So I think, being relentless about improvement is one that kind of speaks to me just because of where the industry is. and where we could go. It's like it's pretty fascinating to see what other industries are doing and how that could apply here, but we're just not there yet. But there's like so much opportunity for us to like get there before a lot of other operators. So
Yeah.
I like that one.
A lot of room to grow.
Yeah.
And that's how you combat what Chris mentioned earlier of, kind of our industry being commoditized, right? Is setting yourself apart from everybody else who has the same offerings, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What else can we provide? What value can we provide to the customer? How can we make the process more painless, more smooth, quicker, more efficient? And how do we engage our team of our workforce who can drive all of that?
Yeah.
I think it's just what we need to constantly do. And I do think that we have a ton of great people in the field who feel empowered to communicate their suggestions for this. And that's huge too, right? You have to have a culture around it of, and that's what this fundamental does. This fundamental existing and being here on paper allows everybody in the company to know, hey, if you have that feedback for improvement, share it.
Yeah.
Share it all the time.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want me to run through the next
Yeah,
six?
please do.
All right. Pay attention to the details. Work smart. Look ahead and anticipate. Be a mentor. Get the facts. Collect and share intelligence. So the pay attention to the details always stands out at me. And I wrote about this when I was the one doing the stories when we were doing this earlier on. And my mom, I must have been Caden's age, maybe 8 or 9, handed me a $1 bill. And she said, point to the scale and the key. And my head was just, all right, it's got to be like around here somewhere, or like flipping this thing over. And I'm just not finding it. So I'm like, I don't know. So she said, it's right here, like in the middle of the dollar bill. It's got like a green outline going around it. And she said, attention to detail. And that like stuck with me from when I was 9, 10. And now I look things over way more than I should, but it got me into that. All right, I got to focus, because that was literally in front of my face. So that one was a fun one to write about, but that one sticks with me personally.
It's important.
Yeah.
Very important.
It is. I am not a big pay attention to the details guy. That is not my strong suit. The one, as we continue to grow and expand and try new things and do new things and get our employees engaged more, the one that continues to come back, not necessarily haunt me, but remind me that this is one of the most important things, is collecting and sharing the intelligence. Communication is key in any successful organization, and the collecting of all the intelligence is terrific. But if we don't share the damn thing in an efficient and correct way where people can understand it and use it in their everyday lives, then it doesn't hold any water.
Yeah.
So to be able to communicate clearly, concisely, and in a helpful manner has really helped us a lot over the last few years, especially post-COVID, coming back from that, integrating new technologies and learning, because everything happens at different stores. So learning collectively and spreading that word to everyone can be challenging.
Yeah.
But keeping that at top of mind has been very helpful to me over the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
I think it's, Chris, you've mentioned like at least twice, you're like, oh, these are the ones. This is the one I feel.
They're all my ones.
But, I think what's great about this entire system or process or whatever you want to call it of us engaging with these fundamentals for the last 8 years now, 8, 9 years we've been doing this, I think, is that, they are a set of aspirational goals, and I think it's our human nature to look at the ones and be like, oh, yeah, I'm not good at that. But they're there for a great reminder that it's like, hey, this is something that I personally should be working on and just trying to keep more top of mind. And that's really what I like about these. They help fill in the gray area, right? When there's something when those situations arise that are not clearly stated or haven't, existed before. When in doubt, consult these 29 rules, make your decision, and you've got a strong basis for your decision making. And even if it ended up being the wrong one, well, at least you have something that you can stand on to say, well, I was trying to make sure I delivered legendary service, or I collect and shared intelligence.
Yeah. As long as you had a good reason to do it.
Exactly.
Real quick. One other one that I think today is kind of lost more than any other is being a mentor. And I think there's this like mentality going around that I don't want to give this person below me too much, because then maybe they'll
take my job.
Which is like the opposite of how it should work.
Right.
You should want the person
To take your job
to
and
be
do a
able
better
to take
job.
your job. Because if you're doing right by that person, then in turn, and you're getting them to a level where they feel comfortable taking on more responsibility, then that should help your growth personally and professionally as well. So I think that one, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that one gets a little bit lost today more than ever. But I think, we at Access do a very good job of trying to kind of grow within, and nobody gets shut off from answering, any kind of questions. I think everybody has a pretty open door policy. And that's one of the things I really like about Access, is that I think there's just a ton of mentors here that are allowing people to be ready for that next step.
Yeah, the mentoring thing always reminds me, you never know who's paying attention. And you and I spoke about it a little earlier. Use these fundamentals at home as much, or if not more so than it were, with the, excuse me, Brian, how's that sandwich?
It's a race car.
The being a mentor fundamental, really slows me down with the children. Like they're absorbing everything. They're going into certain grades. They're going to start expressing their feelings, which probably have been developed from my feelings. So just keeping that at top of mind, making sure that you remember that anybody could be listening.
Yeah.
And developing the same or similar thought processes as to what you're just showing.
Right. Yeah.
So always try to keep that in mind.
Time for a short pause, but don't go far.
Now back to the show.
All right, bring us home.
Next group of 6.
5?
Final 5.
5?
Assume positive intent. Be a lifelong learner. Treasure, protect, and promote our reputation. Keep life and work in balance, and keep things fun. Obviously, number 29 is my favorite.
Yeah.
Keep things fun.
Yeah.
I do think that keep life and work in balance and keep things fun they go hand in hand, sort of, but keeping things fun while you're at work, not taking yourself too seriously. There is room for fun in self-storage. Would you agree?
Yeah, I have a pretty good time.
Yeah,
it's not self-storage. Yeah,
definitely meet some interesting folks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, not a lot of high pressure.
No, I'm not developing a rocket. It's going to be okay. I'm not trying to cure cancer. We're just renting self-storage units here, and we do it very well.
Yeah.
To keep life and work in balance makes me think of Foy. Foy Cooley, our founder and CEO.
Yep.
SSA Hall of Famer.
SSA president.
Past president.
Former.
She obviously wants the work that we do to have like value, and is continuously looking to push us forward. But when we go to meetings, she's the first to ask you, oh, how was that trip? Or how was your weekend? And how was the family? And like that comes directly from the top. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Keeping your priorities in line in life is it's a great part of our company culture to know that, hey, when you have a family issue or a medical issue or anything like that, like, hey, that's number one.
Yep.
Always take care of that. Be your best self to come back here ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And we definitely understand that, if we're not taking the time to take care of ourselves outside of work and be a well-rounded and fulfilled person in that way, then you're not going to show up to work as your best self. So yeah, I think it's great. Encouraging our employees to make sure they're using their time off, right?
Yeah.
We don't want our employees at the end of the year to be sitting there with a week of vacation left and not being used. I'm sure there's lots of companies who look at that, the
savings,
yeah. And we try to encourage our people, like, hey, take care of yourself, take your time, go do something fun, do something that you love. We love our work, but it's not the only thing. It's still work.
Yeah.
We work to live. We don't live to work.
That's right.
Exactly.
I like assume positive intent. Another reminder for me. The business is kind of fragmented, right? So you got places all over, then you don't necessarily communicate with everyone all the time. So you don't know how they communicate, and email is a pretty dry way to communicate, and a lot of assumptions can be made
about tone.
That we as the receiver are bringing into the conversation, where maybe the sender did not have any of those intentions. So assuming positive intent, because why else would they be emailing you except to help you or to find out an answer that they think you can help them with? Nobody's really emailing you or texting you to bother you.
Right.
They're looking for some assistance. So if you see it from, that guy, oh, I hate that guy, never answers, or, he's never willing to help me, now's the time, assume positive intent no matter who the message is from, and go out and help them.
Yeah. Give people the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What is your favorite fundamental? What's the one that you're best at?
Yeah, that's tough. Sticking with this group that we're in right now, I'd say my favorite is be a lifelong learner. I think that, just having that desire to understand things that you've not yet been exposed to, having the opportunity to explore and learn more about, whether it's just whatever curiosity comes across your doom scrolling news feed, or a new part of your own business that you haven't been exposed to yet. It could be as simple as asking somebody who has a different role than you to tell you more about their processes or how they approach their work. Or it could be, learning more about something in the news that you don't know about that just scratches an itch. So for me, that's something that's always been there for me. If I don't know about it, I want to.
Yeah, that's a good one. How about you, Andrew? You got a favorite?
I've got a favorite, the one I'm best at and the one I'm worst at.
Okay.
I'm going to share all.
Please do.
Okay. My favorite is be a mentor. Not the one I'm best at, but it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the details is probably the one I'm best at, just because of the story I told. And the one I'm the worst at is probably assume positive intent because of all because you nailed it. The texts or the emails that you get from people.
Yeah.
I'm awful at trying to determine what the intention or tone is of an email. And I'm always, what does that mean? What do we do? What's your problem, man?
Why you got an attitude?
And then I email back and it's like, well, I just meant this.
Really?
Well,
maybe we should hop on.
Well, maybe next time, throw a smiley face emoji in there for me.
Yeah, I need that. I need that.
But I think, that one I could probably use a little bit of work on that one.
I do find that emojis really help with the making sure that people don't have to assume you're positive.
You're right. They do. Even the response emojis in the text message, the big thumbs up, like, oh, right.
Yeah.
I don't have to talk to you anymore. We agree that this is okay.
Yeah. You like it? You're liking it?
Yeah.
Did you ever get the people who send the emojis that are supposed to mean something? You got to decipher it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like hieroglyphics? They're sending you emojis as hieroglyphics? No, that's never happened.
No, I don't know that I know what you mean.
So you can help me now. Nobody? Okay.
Was it like he was the one who brought it up, right?
Yeah.
So
okay.
So if I have to pay for fall soccer, right?
Okay,
maybe I'll send leaves, soccer ball, fall soccer.
And a dollar bill emoji also? Or?
Sure. Yeah.
So that's
Paying
the whole
for
message.
fall soccer.
Are you the sender or the receiver?
I'm the receiver.
That would
but I have
bother me as a
But I
receiver.
have a buddy
Uh-huh.
who, for like a week,
just
texted me like that. Like he would take the time, and it was long. Like it wasn't 3 emojis. It was
Right.
At some point, isn't it just faster to type?
Yeah,
But
he
you
was,
can type. I don't know what kind of phone he has, but you can type in your message, and then every word that has an emoji associated with it, you can just change it that way.
But if it means something different in a sentence.
Sure. I don't like that guy.
Yeah.
I didn't either, but
Tiny
yet, you
difference.
know what? At the end of every day, I had something to try and figure out.
Yeah, like the new Wordle.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we just came up with a new game. What is this?
It has to exist.
Yeah,
already.
that's got to be there.
I think so.
I
mean,
well, you'd have to loop your buddy in because he invented the damn thing.
It's true. You get
So now we're in business, with Bill.
what we're doing here. This is amazing. New streams of revenue.
Bill seems like a real fire starter.
Fire. Starting line.
I want to indicate fall soccer, so the leaves have got to be orange and red. Not green, because we ain't talking about spring Little League.
Do you guys type out your text messages? Or do you voice to text?
Well, I type everything.
I do a little bit of both.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like a hybrid.
Yeah.
Call it.
Hybrid.
Okay.
I don't trust.
But you're not fluent in
Like a
emoji
day walker.
hieroglyphics. Not fluent.
I don't like. I can't give up control to the voice to text because I want to put my own punctuation in there, even if it's not warranted. Even
How
You can
Gen
say
X
it.
of you.
yes,
So Gen X.
yes.
You can say it.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to say comma. I don't want to say. I just want to type it in, even if the damn spell check is telling me no, that's not a place for a comma.
Oh.
Stick your Oxford commas up your ass. Like, that's not a place for that comma.
You know that Vampire Weekend song, Oxford Comp?
Oh, yeah. Well, how Gen X of me. Yeah. Yeah. What, do you do a lot of text to type?
No, I don't. I mostly.
My kids.
Oh, you mean voice? No, I don't do voice much. I type.
Okay.
Type it.
Okay.
And I actually feel the same way as you. I want my punctuation
See?
in there. And it makes me nuts when I am driving and have to respond
Mhm.
via voice. And
Yeah.
I'm like, question mark. No. How did you not recognize my intonation? It's a damn question.
Know my tone.
Right. My kids do the speech to type, though, on their devices. They're just talking to their friends, but, sending a text message.
Yeah.
So at least somebody's reading.
The boomers are complaining about cursive being gone.
Yep.
We're going to complain that these kids aren't even going to know how to type soon enough.
That's right.
They're just
That's
gonna
right. I
voice
feel it. Yeah. God. I got 6th grade algebra on the horizon in 2 weeks. I'm
God bless.
not ready for that.
Andrew referenced earlier, our owner and CEO, the type of people that we work for. And I think those deposits that they make in us and caring about who we are as people and that we are feeling satisfied and complete as, with our work and with our personal lives really pays off in that so many of the people who work here really take it personally and take it seriously to care that we are fundamental one, doing the right thing always, and all of the rest of the other 28 of these fundamentals beyond protecting, promoting, treasuring our company's reputation, all point to that fact that, we care. We care what people think of us. We care that our communities are engaging with us. We care that our customers are having the best possible experience, that they're treated fairly and right. And it like one of you said earlier, it all trickles down. So I felt I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to touch on that one too.
Very well said, Brian. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for listening to No Vacancy. If you like what you heard, listen to us wherever you stream your podcasts.